Miracles of Today by William J. Cassiere. Miracles of Today, Chapter 8, Episode of the New Automobile. That which the mind refuses to accept, the body cannot long continue to express. This is one of the first laws of life. The body does not act of itself, but is acted upon like an instrument. Mind is the musician and is not all contained in the brain. Neither the intellect nor the brain is mind. I am the mind. Brother Bill. If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. St. John 15:7. As the lectures and classes progressed in one city, visitors from another town or city, sometimes in the same state, sometimes in another, would request our appearance in their community. Much of the time, my itinerary was made up for 6 months in advance, sometimes for a whole year. So the best I could do for these extra requests was a one-night stand or one afternoon and one night's lectures. On this occasion, a certain student requested my appearance in a city close enough so that we could go in their family car and return the same night after the lecture. The students who were good enough to take me, as yet I had no car of my own, also decided to permit another student to make this trip to the city with us, to attend the lecture and return. On the trip, we talked of a number of things relating especially to the higher laws, as students are wont to do. The countryside was beautiful, and the air cool, for winter was almost upon us. After we had driven for a few hours, we stopped for lunch. We would reach our destination about 1 o'clock. The lecture for the afternoon was scheduled for 1:30. I wanted also to freshen up a bit before appearing before a group of people. We were soon on the road again. Just after we got started, we saw a new car pass us, and the guest student suddenly waved a hand and pointed to the car, crying out in childlike acceptance and enthusiasm, "Mighty I Am Presence, that's the kind of car I want." As she made the decree, she clapped her hands like a child at a puppet show. Her buoyant attitude, her delight at the sight of the car, and finally her wholehearted, loving acceptance were a challenge unto all the forces of nature to bring the car into manifestation for her use. We all laughed at the way in which the incident occurred, and I could only congratulate her, exclaiming, "Child of light, when you make a statement with that natural feeling in it, you'll get your car. God could no more fail you than could the heavens fall this instant." We had our afternoon and evening lecture, and that night returned to our base prior to moving on to our next 10-day class. During my next series of lectures, I heard the balance of this episode, the fulfillment of that decree. It was in this manner. It seems that this particular student had some friends, a man and his wife, who were talking over plans to purchase a new car. The man decided to get a new model for his wife and trade in her old one without her knowledge. His intention was to surprise her on her birthday. A previous business deal had left the car dealer indebted to this man, and they decided to liquidate the debt using the old car in the transaction. When the husband drove into his driveway with the new car, pleased as Punch with himself, his wife saw the new car from an upstairs window of their home and was immediately displeased with the color and the model. In the ensuing conversation, the husband explained the business deal with the car company's representative, and he said, "I thought you would be pleased, but if you do not like it, what am I to do? I can't take it back." "I don't care what you do with it," responded his wife. "Just don't expect me to drive to the country club in that thing." So the man, in desperation, had a happy thought. "I'll drive it over to Mrs. Blank's. She has no car of her own to drive. She'll be happy to accept it, I hope," he added ruefully. When the gentleman with the car arrived at his destination, he wanted his friends to look it over carefully before he offered it. Mr. Blank had his own car, but Mrs. Blank was the student who had made the decree. "Mighty I Am Presence, that is the kind of car I want." This was the kind of a car, even to the color. The result was that he gave it to her as a glad, free gift of love and purchased for his wife a new car of the make she preferred. I should add here, for the benefit of the skeptic, that this man was not a student of our laws, to the best of our knowledge, had not heard the decree made, nor had he known of it, yet he fulfilled the decree. God works in wondrous ways, his wonders to perform. In my next chapter, I'll tell you another story of an automobile, this time the wrong use of the law.